You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hello, and welcome to episode 246 of the Soul Forge podcast.
Welcome to the Soul Forge, a place of silent mystery, quiet contemplation, and outright mayhem. Join your host, Sean Vanderloo, as he guides you through the adventures of living. Together, we'll talk about life and love, sex and dating, joy and heartache, memories and loss, and so much more. Don't worry, it's not nearly as pretentious as it sounds. Get ready for life, the universe, and everything on the Soul Forge.
$47. You're getting old. It's $247.
It's 246.
No, it's...
Because last week's was 245.
You looked it up.
I did. Last week's was 245.
Are you
This is
sure?
246. I am quite positive. I've been doing this for
All right, I won't argue with you.
My entire life.
I'll say you win.
So, as you may or may not have noticed this week, I have a guest on the podcast gang. So, this is my friend from high school, Amanda.
Whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
I've been called worse.
Yeah, she's a fellow dyke plugger. I mean, Dutch person.
Yes.
As I am. Mm-hmm. So we've known each other for over 30 years.
Yeah, we have.
And today she showed me how to use TikTok. So we're going to talk about how we're getting old. Yes,
that we are.
Or maybe we'll be off topic. Who knows what's going to happen? But that's the general idea of the episode this week.
If my brain can remember all of it, we will get through it, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Absolutely.
So this past weekend was the Easter weekend, and Brother Robin said, hey, why don't you sign up for TikTok? And for years I've been saying, I am not going to sign up for TikTok. He said, yes, but if you sign up for TikTok, they have a promotion this week. I'll get $25, and so will you. And naturally, I can't resist a $25 Amazon gift card, so I signed up.
Nice.
And... here I am. Oh, and listeners out there in podcast land, if you want to follow me, please do. It's under, of course, the handle Soulforge Podcast.
That makes sense.
Yes. And so today, you helped me make my first video.
Yes, I did.
And because you've been on TikTok for how long?
A little over a month.
But you're already an expert.
I would not call myself an expert. No, I'm still learning and growing,
Okay.
but I'm having a lot of fun with it.
That's all that matters.
So, and I've been told I'm too old to be on TikTok. My kids like to refer to me as a dinosaur, or that I rode dinosaurs to school, and they constantly ask me how it was meeting Jesus.
Oh, and what do you say?
I say wonderful. He grew up to be
such
quite
a nice young man.
Yes, and a very influential fellow.
True.
So, whatever. It's just like influencers on TikTok.
That is true. And I swore up and down for years I would never get that friggin' app. I'm too old for TikTok. I'm too old for Snapchat. I've never gotten Snapchat, and I still don't plan on it. But Robin needed $25, so I said, okay, brother, I'll do it for you.
There you go.
So I did, and everybody always says that's a big time suck. And so far it has been. I've been trying to avoid it.
You can't. Once you get sucked into that, that void, you can't get out of it.
It seems to be the thing.
It's like a black hole of
doom?
Well, yes, but it's like a train wreck. You just can't stop watching.
Yeah, that's what I found.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do sometimes have an addictive personality, so I could get sucked right in.
I'm the same way. Exactly the same way. And plus, it's awesome because the videos, most of them are so short.
Yes.
That they can hold my attention span, and I'm good.
Yeah, I prefer the shorter videos.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to watch a 5-minute diatribe on whatever it is, but...
No, I'm not really into that either, and, I think that's why it's so much fun. Because, you can just do the most ridiculous things, and then other people see it, and they get joy out of it, and...
There seems to be a lot of people on there.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so I've I've joined it,
Yes.
and so we'll see how that goes.
It should go swimmingly, I think.
I'm hoping. Basically, what I want is to attract more listeners to the Soul Forge podcast. Maybe that'll happen. Maybe it won't.
It should.
That would be
as
good.
long as you put the work in with the content.
Well,
You do have to post every day.
I saw that.
You have to do, there's a lot of different tips, right?
Well, I watched one video about it that said for new people, you should start and do 1 to 3 videos a day.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my God, that's a lot of work. But I guess if it's only 30 seconds of a video. And
It's really not a lot of work.
No, you just have to put in the effects and the sounds and the things and upload the stuff. Like my video's been there for a couple hours and I've got 0 views, but I only have 7 or 8 followers. So that kind of makes sense.
Yes, it does. But I can also help you by, doing a duet with your video or with a video with the two of us in it and promoting and telling people to go and follow you.
That would be very helpful.
Yes. And it does. It helps a lot. It really does. Because I had somebody help me get up there, and it took 2 days for me to get over 1,000 followers.
Jeez.
So
it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Which I'm only scratching the surface of so far.
Yes.
Because I'm old and I don't know this stuff.
It's kind of scary when you look at stuff and I literally just got a new phone yesterday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, change.
Yeah.
What the hell? It's lighter. I don't like that. It's this. I don't like that. But it's just adapting to the new technologies that are coming out, right? And it's sad because I try to help my mom and dad with everything that they're not understanding, but it's getting to a point now where I can't help them anymore,
right?
Because it's gone beyond what I know.
It's going so fast.
It really is. It's it's just insane how fast it.
Because if we think back to high school,
oh God, we didn't have cell phones.
Grade 9 in 1990.
Yes.
There was no cell phones.
No.
There was no computers. Not really.
No, well, there was in the library.
Yeah, but we didn't have them at home.
No.
And we had corded landline phones.
Yes, and
that's only 30 years ago.
You were popular if you had the calculator that could do the special scientific stuff.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Seriously, instead of the normal bland calculator, this one, oh my God, look at this.
You can do sine waves.
Yeah, what the hell?
I don't know what sine waves are.
I don't either, but the little X and minus thing with the little thingamajig in the middle of it.
The thingamajig.
Yeah, those thingamabobs.
Yeah.
I could never use a scientific calculator.
I didn't. No, math was my worst subject, but...
Science was mine. But yeah, it's just, everything is going so fast. The technology in the cars. Think about our road trips. We were literally looking out the window, trying to find our name to spell out in license plates.
Oh yeah, is that what you did?
That's one of the things we did. And now kids are...
on their phones, their tablets.
Everything, watching
their
wherever...
iPods, whatever it is they have.
And you use your phone's data to give them data so they can watch whatever they want. Yeah. It's insane.
We might have had a Walkman with a tape.
Oh, yeah. That was a big deal.
Back then.
Yeah.
But that was even before the portable CD players.
Oh, yes. Definitely. And if you wanted to record anything, you had to, sit there...
in front of the radio.
In front of the radio, yes. And hit pause every time the stupid commercials started coming on.
Exactly. That's right. I remember doing that.
And then be completely ticked off if they started talking over the last part of the song.
Which they would do often enough.
All the time.
Yes.
All the time. Now kids don't even know what commercials are.
No.
Because they don't have to.
And that's only 3 decades.
Yes.
It's crazy where the time has gone. Mm-hmm. How I've felt myself not keeping up with the times.
Yes, me too.
So.
But I think that's just, it's just part of it, right? We're coming up on our 50s, right?
Within the next few years.
Yeah. So, I get that 40 is the new 20 because life expectancy has gone up so much.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's oh my God, what the hell happened to me? Yeah, I walked upstairs to get what now? I don't remember.
Yeah, the forgetting.
Absolutely.
That's one thing I found in the last few years. A lot of forgetting, and my memory was like a steel trap. I can remember dates and anniversaries and stuff. And I don't know if it's because I've recently had depression, if it's because I'm getting older, if it's 2 years of COVID.
Yeah.
Is it something else? I don't know what it is.
Well, and
Maybe everything?
why do you have to pinpoint it?
I guess you
yeah,
don't.
you don't.
No.
I mean, it is what it is. It's happening, and we just have to roll with the punches, so to speak.
It's just unusual.
It is. It's very hard to get used to. And it does. It causes even more depression, in my opinion, because it happens to me too. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I'm doing 5 different things at once. And then I remember, oh my God, I let the dog out 15 minutes ago. I made half my coffee 20 minutes ago. It's cold now. Like,
Distraction.
absolutely.
Distraction is real.
Constant.
And that never happened to me before
No.
either. Like you're watching TV and then you're scrolling on your phone without even realizing you're scrolling on your phone. You don't know what you watched. And
Yes, absolutely. And then you have to rewatch it, and yeah. And I won't watch it if it's live on TV. I have to record it so that I can fast forward through the commercials.
Because you're spoiled.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And even though we're getting older, we still want all the things.
Yeah, we do.
Even though we don't know how to use the freaking things.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, like every time I get a car, the dash has new buttons, and
yeah.
I don't know what half of them do.
Backup cameras and little beep beep things when you're going out of your lane. And I'm like, what's
Yeah, exactly. And this car that I bought last year, it has a backup camera, but I forget it's there because
Yeah.
I never had one until this car. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I use it, but
I don't use mine either. It's the same thing because I'm so used to doing it myself. And I mean, you know, that goes into a whole different argument about, learning and what kids are learning now and what they're not learning. And
well, it's all about learning new things, such as learning about this new podcast that you're going to hear on this promo for another podcast right here on the ESO Network.
So how do we describe this show? Like, what's really going to grab people's attention and make them tune in?
Nerdgasm for your eargasm?
What?
The spice must flow to be in the know. Don't be a willow. Grab your pillow.
But that one doesn't even make sense.
All right, stop. Snag a seat and listen. The nerds are back with a brand new edition.
No.
Okay, then. The Blurred Nerds Podcast. Rants, raves, reviews, recaps, and other bits of random fandom.
Well, see, that's perfect. You should have just led with that one.
Resistance is futile. Listen to the Blurred Nerds Podcast, right? Meow.
Fine. Make it so.
And we're back. And
oh my God.
you like that?
Oh, sure.
You didn't expect that.
No, I didn't.
See,
no.
that's all about the transition because we're part of the ESO Network, which is a whole geek-tastic group of podcasts, and plus the Soul Forge, because I used to do the Rusted Robot podcast, which was the geek one.
Yes.
And so because we're on a network, we share each other's promos so that people listening will listen to those podcasts as well.
That's fair. I get that.
And sometimes I forget, and then I have to just throw it in there, but I remembered, so
Well, there we go.
when I edit this later, I'll put in whatever that promo was. I don't know what it is, so I can't tell you. But it's a thing. And I'm always doing the transition on the podcast I do with Paul and Dan, either Cosmic Pizza or Epsilon 3.
Right.
And they get a kick out of it just like you did.
That's
Because
hilarious.
we'll be talking and I'll say, and you know what else that's good for? It's good for another promo, like this one right here. So
Yep.
I become the transition king.
That's great.
That's one thing I usually don't forget, but sometimes I do.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, that's something you don't know. You've never listened to an episode of Soul Forge, you said.
No, I have not.
Jeez, that's craziness.
It really isn't, though.
Almost 250 episodes.
Uh-huh. And how much promoting? Obviously not enough.
It's always on my Facebook every week.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I guess you're not paying attention.
Or you're not,
Promoting enough?
promoting it properly.
That could be, because I'm old and I don't know all the
things
the proper
and
ways
the
to promote.
things,
And,
yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Like a flashy title, something to attract the eye.
Titles are hard. I was gonna call this "We're Old Now." Or
Oh my God, no.
What would you suggest?
No, reconnecting with old friends and rediscovering new things and
That's too many words.
it's too many. Okay, how many?
Titles have to be short and snappy.
Why?
Algorithms, SEO.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
So then just put, we're not too old for this.
Oh, that's not bad.
I know, I'm pretty-
You're good at this.
I am.
I should hire you to be my social media secretary.
Oh, God, that means I need to learn the things.
Yeah.
And I have to actually listen to your podcast.
Wouldn't that be torture? I know.
No, I will listen. Now that I know, I'm not going to guarantee I'm going to go back and listen to all 245 of them.
What?
I might,
That's a lot, though.
but I'm not going to commit to something
I wouldn't ask you to.
that, especially since I might not remember that we even had this conversation.
But we're recording it, so you can always listen to it again.
That's fair.
And I can remind you of this.
That's true.
That is true. So, yeah.
It's good to have friends as you get older.
Yes.
And, it's because, oh my God, I think I tell all my friends when I have an appointment, I'm like, please remind me I have an appointment on this day. And usually my friends are smartasses like myself. And they say, Amanda, you have an appointment
On this day.
next Thursday
Yeah.
at 8 a.m.
Right.
I'm like, you're a jerk. You know what I meant, but they don't care. They think it's funny.
It is funny. And you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of, I used to be able to keep everything in my head.
Yep.
All my calendar appointments, but now I have to write it down. I have to put it in my phone's calendar because otherwise I will not necessarily remember.
I just started using my phone's calendar.
I never did until this year.
Nope, me either. I didn't until like last month.
Wow.
Before that, daytime planner. Like, because I have to, I'm very, because we all have different ways of learning and keeping things
We do.
in our heads, right? So, daytimers. I still had, in my purse, a daytimer for everything.
That you wrote down on.
Every
with
single doctor's
pencil
appointment.
and paper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. In the actual little square.
Oh, see, I never even had to use that.
Oh,
it was
no,
just
I
all
did.
in my head. I kept it all track.
Nope. Nope.
Now I can't.
Nope.
I
I've been
shouldn't.
doing that for years, years and years, writing down everything because, and then I look at my calendar every morning to see
What's
if I have something coming up the next day or what I'm supposed to be doing from here on out, or
Yeah.
do I work today? Do I not work today? Just crazy stuff you never would have thought
No, exactly.
when you were in high school that would even remotely be necessary.
Yeah, lots has changed over the last 3 decades.
Oh my God.
So,
Kids and,
yeah.
ugh.
Yeah, for sure.
Like my kids are older than we were when we met.
Yes,
Like, that's insane.
it is. But there it is.
Like, your kid is the age at what we met.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was 14
Yeah.
and you were 15.
Yeah.
So, yeah, close. And he's 16.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's ridiculous.
And the 16-year-olds now are not like the 16-year-olds then.
No,
That's for sure.
absolutely not.
They're way smarter and more advanced and more depressed.
Oh my
and-
God, it's crazy. When I have a niece who's 5, and at 2 years old, she was already well versed in how to use her tablet.
I believe it.
Like the scrolling, the changing, the whatever video she was watching, it was crazy.
Big time, for sure.
It's like, what's happening?
Yes.
Like, oh, wow. And everything is on demand now.
Yeah.
Like everything.
Instant access. You
Yes.
want something, order it on Amazon. Is in 2 days.
Absolutely.
Not 4 to 6 weeks like it used to be.
Nope.
So
Absolutely not.
instant gratification, instant everything.
Yes. Yeah. Which I believe is good and bad.
It's got its drawbacks for sure. Because
Yes.
nobody has patience for anything anymore.
No. And that's why TikTok videos are so short.
They have to be because nobody's going to pay attention.
Exactly.
So
Yep.
there's that. So yeah, it all comes back to the TikTok.
Yep. Oh, yeah. The tickety talk, I call it.
Yeah.
Tickety talk and Face Snap and Snapbook.
Okay. That
That's-
works. That works.
That's what I call them in front of my kids because it drives them crazy.
I bet it does.
Yeah.
So now this has been your first experience on Soul Forge podcast. You've done podcasts before, but you said you've only done them live.
Correct.
In front of a studio audience or whatever.
Well, no, in front of like computer audiences, I guess. It's
Yeah.
always been live though. So for me, it's very strange not to have any feedback.
An interaction.
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm having interaction, obviously,
we are
with
right
you.
now, but there's not like people asking questions
Yes.
or calling in or doing whatever. You were
Exactly.
familiar with.
Or we have a guest and, we're asking them questions and
Mm-hmm.
we've prepared questions ahead of time and, things like that.
Yeah. So now that you've experienced how I do Soul Forge, would you come back as a guest in the future?
If your listeners like that, sure.
Well, they can let us know by emailing soulforgepodcast@gmail.com. They can find me, Sean Vanderloo, on YouTube or Soulforge Podcast on TikTok.
There we go.
Do you have any social media that you would like people to follow you at?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. All right. So that has been another fantastic episode of the Soulforge Podcast gang, episode 246.
Yes, 247. But
Yeah.
thanks for listening, guys.
So come back again next time for another exciting episode. We never know what we're going to have. So take care of each other. Leave a 5-star review in the podcatcher of your choice. Do all the things that I always say. And remember, you can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you frame it. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Soulforge Podcast. Your support is greatly appreciated, and we hope you'll tune in again next time. Remember that you can visit soulforgepodcast.com for all of our social media links, and don't forget to share the show with everyone you know. The Soulforge Podcast is your best source for living your best life.
Think about it.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.